Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Carol DeChaine, a transformational life coach and Marconic energy recalibration practitioner. And today, I'm going to help you with looking at what you do when you bounce back. Or can you bounce back from difficult situations? How do you do it? For me, I know I need a little bit of time, but not a ton. With other people, they may take years to get over a bad situation. They may take an entire lifetime and not come back. So, what do you do when something bad happens to you? Do you immediately shut it down and just move forward? That's not all that healthy. So, if you do that, perhaps it's something you need to look at to see what you're kind of pushing down, what emotions you're just not paying attention to, because that's not super healthy for your body or for your future or your present for that matter. Some people can get over and bounce back faster, but they really do release it. They look through it, they feel through it, but it's pretty quick for them. But it all depends, of course, on how big of a not so great thing it is. If the situation or the person that you're dealing with is huge in your life, it probably will take a little more time. But if it's something that's minor, rather than getting angry and frustrated and taking it out on somebody around you, how can you release that and then just bounce right back and be your true self instead of allowing yourself to get sucked into what others kind of ask you to do? They want you to participate in their anger, in their impatience, in their whatever it is. If that's where you're at, you don't need to participate with that. You can go, oh, that's them, that's not me. I can bounce back from that feeling. You might take a moment with them and then find a way to step away or to bounce into a better place for you because you don't need to get sucked down into the energy of someone else around you. But if it's some situation that definitely connects to you, if it's something minor at the office or in your job, wherever it may be, if it's something minor with a child of yours or a spouse, find a way to let it go so that you can bounce back faster instead of taking it too personal. But be true to yourself, whatever you do. And if it's a big issue, if it's a thing you go, oh, it's like a divorce, this person is in my face, it's my boss who's horrible, it's a job I hate. If it's something big, someone dies, by all means, you know this is going to take a little more time. If you bounce back immediately, like I said earlier, it may just be you need to take care of the little things and you need to put aside grief or despair or whatever that initial feeling is that happens to you. Maybe it's anger or it's a combination of all of these things. You need to put it aside so that you can take care of whatever is in the now it needs to be looked at. But realize that you're not bouncing back. You're simply dealing with something at the moment. But it's not really bouncing back and healing. If you want to heal and bounce back from something large, give yourself the space, give yourself the time you need. But realize that if you're stuck in that energy and you stay there a long time, people start looking at you going, get over it. It's like been years now. What is your problem? And you go, hey, I'm not ready. This is good, except you need to be aware that you're holding yourself back from your good by holding on to the past. So bouncing back may look a little different than you're used to if it's something that big. You may need some extra help. You may need a life coach or a therapist or just an ear. That's an objective ear, as much as we can be. Someone who's not in your stuff, like a priest or a minister. Whatever you need to be able to bounce back in a way that's healthy for you. Give yourself time if it's big, but be aware that you probably may need to talk to someone. You may need to find a way to work through the emotions that maybe you're stuffing or maybe you're wallowing in. And yes, humans wallow in their emotions. It's not a bad thing until it gets to the point of being totally counterproductive to living a life that you truly want. Because no one really wants to live in a life where you're filled with guilt or despair or grief until you die. Nobody wants that. You may feel like you have no choice. But bouncing back is all about loving yourself enough to give yourself those tools to move through whatever it is you're dealing with. Get help, have a friend, like I said, hire someone, but know that you have the power to bounce back, even if you feel powerless right now. Give yourself the gift of time, but also of friendship, of people that can help you, of situations that you can turn to instead. You have those powers. You have those choices, no matter what it feels like. You can bounce back. I know, and I trust that you can, wherever you are right now. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Carol DeChaine, and if you'd like to know more about me, by all means, check out my website at www.connect2joy.com, and there you'll find out more about Marconic Energy that I mentioned earlier, about life coaching packages to help you through whatever you may need, whether it's just an hour or whether it's a number of hours all put together to help you deal with whatever you're dealing with. There's also intuitive readings to help you when you're stuck, and a number of other things on the website, including my blogs that you can sign up for. And speaking of signing up, I hope you will subscribe to my channel. YouTube is a great way to get to know different speakers and to find out information that you so may need in your life. Until next time, thank you for joining me.